What's up, folks? Namaste. Salud. Dave Mate, Circle of Drink. It's a pleasure to be here. Pleasure to be making videos more regularly now. Check this out, folks. I bet you haven't seen me making mate like this since, 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago. I don't know if some of you guys remember when I first started making the mate videos, there were times, about 2.5 years ago when I was making it like this and like, hey, what's up, guys? As you know, I've been out in the field. I've been on the front lines of this entire mate culture here, especially here in my home of New York and the greater United States of America, just spreading mate, spreading the word on the holy holly herb, yerba mate, yerba mate para siempre. I'm just humbled and honored to be a part of this community circle of drink, which is expanding every single day. Now, one of the things that I've been noticing, I just got back from 2 days of farmers markets, basically promoting mate, promoting the power, the magic, the benefits, the metaphysical manifestations that come out of this plant. And, you know, there's a lot of times when people are like, take that first sip and they're like, whoa, too bitter, I can't mess with it. And for a few months now, I've been picking up on how many people say that. And granted, not many people. I would say maybe 1 or 2. No, I'd say about 2 out of 10 people say they take that sip and they just can't palate it at all. They just are like, whoa. So let's say 20% of the people just can't drink it bitter. So my brothers of Circle of Drink and I, my local Circle of Drink Materos, came together and we came up with something we call New York Spice. And basically, it's a combination of organic cinnamon, organic nutmeg, mixed with organic mate that basically allows those people who weren't able to palate that bitterness of the mate, now they could drink that New York Spice and boom, it's like magic. Cuts right through. They don't even taste the bitterness. So, excuse me, wow. I've been drinking a lot of mate today. That was created for that sort of community of people who want a little bit of, you know, freshness, a little bit of vibrance to their mate, not that traditional bitter taste, which I love. I love the amargo, amargos para siempre, bitter mate forever. I'm speaking a little Spanglish now. So, and I've been testing on the market for the past 4 days now, and wow, a lot of people are loving that New York Spice. They're loving that little kick of cinnamon in their mate because it sort of cancels out the bitterness, and the nutmeg has a piercing sort of sensation, almost a little bit of a numbing sensation on the tip of the tongue, a little tingly. So that combination with the organic mission mate seems to produce pretty nice effects for people who can't quite balance or take that bitterness in their mouth, and even people who who didn't like mate with a little bit of herbs or something in it are finding that the New York Spice is pretty good. So I just want to get that out of there. Salud. And a lot of people who are making the New York Spice, people who just find out about mate, who don't want to make it with the traditional gourd, they're just making it like this. So I'm paying tribute to people who are drinking mate like this. When I go to trade shows and shows for farmers markets, we always brew mate in both ways, traditional and this way, for people who just want to take a shot back and sip on it. Okay, so now Calabash gourds. I just want to talk briefly about that. In fact, that's why I wanted to make this video, about the Calabash gourd. But hey, everything changes, so we left that for the latter part of the video. So the Calabash gourd is the most traditional method of drinking mate. The Guarani used the Calabash gourd for thousands of years now. This was the first vessel used to drink mate, as far as we know, in written history. They took a bamboo twig that was hollow, or they took a little reed from the stream or the river, and they just drunk the mate through that. That was the first bambisha. Now that bambisha is pretty out of date now. Not many people use the bamboo bambisha or the reed bambisha, but the Calabash still survives. It's still here. It's not going anywhere. I love the Calabash. I just became reacquainted with it after about 2.5, 3 years when I first started using a Calabash, and then I stopped and focused on the wood, and then went into the ceramic and the glass a little bit. But now I've come full circle back to the Calabash. Just want to answer a few quick questions I've been getting about the Calabash. Sometimes people are worried about the black mold inside of the calabash, but really that's nothing to worry about. From my experience and the experience that I've gathered for over 3 years now, that mold is absolutely harmless. It's akin to leaving an apple out overnight that's been cut open, and then the next day you see it and it's totally black. Now, if you were to eat that apple, you most likely wouldn't get sick. You would be fine. It just doesn't look that aesthetically pleasing. Same thing with this. As it is natural plant matter, it's going to oxidize. Oxidation will occur, which means that a blackness will occur. So that's not necessarily mold. Sometimes it can get a little moldy. That's if you leave little bits of sherbet in it, don't clean it out. But for the most part, it's just a blackening. It's just a oxidation process. Free radicals are attacking the plant matter inside, and it's resulting in a black sort of obscurity inside the gourd. Usually, it's nothing to worry about. If you leave your sherbet in overnight and scrape it out and it's all black in there, the idea is just, with the calabash, there's a little bit of extra care with it. It's not like the glass and ceramic where you could just rinse it out. The calabash, excuse me, you want to make sure that you never keep mate in it overnight. That's the major thing. Just scrape it out every single night, rinse it with hot water, and just let it sit on its side. Just let it sit just like this. So air gets into it and it drains out. If you could get it on a little downward angle, even better. But at least just like this. Just let it sit. And then the next day it should be good for use. Now, every couple weeks, what you want to do, I recommend, is stop using it entirely for about 3 or 4 days. When that happens, it just dries up completely inside, and that helps to fortify the actual squash, and it makes it a little bit stronger. It's just a good resting period to give it every 2 weeks or so. Give it a 2 to 4 day resting period. That's why it's a good idea to have at least 2 gourds, a calabash and a ceramic one, or a calabash and a wooden one, or a calabash and a glass one. It's always good to have at least 2 or 3 gourds, just for that reason, to let your calabash chill out for a while. So don't worry about it if it gets a little moldy inside. Wow, I'm such in a mood to talk right now. Why? Because I'm on autopilot. I've been basically talking to people about mate for 2 days, so I'm so used to it. Even though I got to go back into my monk zen mode right now, I have to just chill out and relax. I find that if I'm out there talking about mate for 3 or 2 days consecutively, I feel like, man, it's time to get back into the lab, back into my home right here, the laboratory, and to go back into a deep study of the mate, to go back into the tasting, the understanding of the mate, to go back into writing my book on mate, to go back into mastery of mate, which I'm trying to do every single day. So it's amazing to see what's going on out there with all these materos. One of the things I love about Circle of Drink, which I'm honored to be a part of it, is because the people who are part of Circle of Drink really care about mate. They really care about learning the tradition. They really care about becoming a great servidor, server. They really pride themselves in being a matero, a true mate drinker. They love mate. They accept mate as more than just a plant, but as a social binder, as something that binds people together on a social level where we are all equal, we are all one. This is all one mind. This is all one gourd in which we pass around in a circle to our right, in which the server creates it and puts love into it every single time and then passes it with that same amount of love that gets transmitted. So to see something like Circle of Drink grow, and to see people being proud to show this, is like, wow, this is something that has turned into not only a physical circle of sitting down and drinking mate amongst one another, or even ourselves, but something that transmits everybody's mate circle, rather transcends everybody's circle, and unites us all internationally, globally, through this one vessel, the gourd, or through this one drink, in any form in which we drink it, whether it's glass or the gourd, what have you, doesn't matter. So what we see happening here is that we started off with mate, but it became more than mate. It became, hey, let's hang out again. I haven't seen you in 2 years. hey, we had an argument yesterday, but you know what? Let's just drink some mate. It's all good. Or hey, I'm in a funk right now. Like I've been down. Could you come over? Let's drink some mate. Let's just hang out. Let's chill. Let's relax. And the mate, don't ask me how exactly, but it seems to be able to bring people together and then open you up like a flower. And once you're open, you're exposed, and people can see who you truly are. And mate is one of the greatest tools for manifesting that expression in each and every one of us. So thanks for letting me just go on this little skit about the Calabash gourd and about the movement of Circle of Drink, how I see it, and about some mate is better than no mate. Yes, let me repeat that. Some mate is better than no mate. So if you don't want to drink it through the Calabash gourd, you're intimidated by this. And if you don't want to drink it through the glass gourd or any gourd, don't worry about it. Go ahead and make it out of the French press, please. Go ahead and make it out of the teapot. No problem. Go ahead and make it out of a mocha pot. Whatever you have to do, just make sure it's loose leaf, organic mate, and make sure that the water is properly temperatured. And if you got those two things right, and you got love in your heart, and you mix all those three things together, it doesn't matter how you prepare the mate. Some mate is better than no mate. Salud. Cheers, guys. Thank you so much. Let's just keep this going. Let's keep this movement going. Bring your gourds up. This is Dave Mate. Thank you all so much. Thank you for watching Circle of Drink, what we're doing. Thank you for being a part of it. Thank you for sharing your stickers and your stories and sharing, you representing on your thermoses. Thank you for sharing your knowledge, what you love about mate, what's going on in the mate world. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Salud. Ciao.